Alright, so we made it to Chico. It's a town in Montana, finally a non-touristy town. And yeah, they got a hot spring here and a pool. I assume they got showers. Hallie has been itching for a shower. We washed her hair last night, but I'm sure a shower is still something she is looking for. I don't really mind not showering. I do rinse off. I'm pro being clean, but not necessarily pro shower. I'm a bath man. Anyway, yeah, got a hazy IPA. The guy at the counter, his name is Shelby, and on the way in here, he throws me a shaka, and I'm like, what the hell? Everywhere I go, people either know him from Hawaii, usually because in the Jeep, we had a Hawaii license plate, so people knew that you're from Hawaii, but the van doesn't have anything, and he threw me the shotgun. I was like, what the hell? Is it the hair? Maybe it's the hair? And so I go talk to him, and he's like, no, I just do that for everybody, man. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm from Hawaii. And he goes, oh yeah, what island? Turns out he has a buddy on North Shore. He knows Sonoma Bay. He goes Sandy's. He knows Duke's. He has a buddy that works at Duke's, and his buddy that lives North Shore also has a house out here. No, they got it figured out, right? They got somewhere to go in the winter and the summer. Anyway, cheers, Chico.
That losing side of 25. Yes, there are different roads to happiness. I took a different path, I guess. Came out on the other side just fine. That losing side of 25. Be a drifter since the day I turned 16. Watching my dad fix up cars and the smell of gasoline. I just wish that someone took the time to warn me about those evil things that lie beyond the trees. 'Cause when the wolves are hungry,
So when I was 20, went backpacking, did a couple of trips of that, and after I got a bit of comfort, a bit of bravery, I had this idea of catching on a freight train. Wanted to do it in Montana, and I wanted it to be in the spring. I started traveling, and I think I started in Portland, and I headed east, and I went through Missoula, I went through Butte, and then I ended up here in Bozeman. Now normally I camped out in Bozeman. I stayed at a hostel, kind of stayed here for a couple of days, hatched my plan, figured out where the trains run through, and then I walked probably this path I'm walking right now before these houses were here. And I did it. So we're heading back to the place where I caught on, just to kind of see what it looks like and, you know, show you guys. So here's that. You think I'm weird with things I pick up. Hallie's like, I found a dead bird. We can keep pieces of it. Austin finds one mask and washes it, and he's Typhoid Mary. So there it is. Now it says Bors Deus Adept. Last time I was here, it said King of Kings. Here in Bozeman, Montana. So the train came from that way. Came through here on this track. I hid right here so the conductor wouldn't see me. And then I ran along this gravel to catch the train that then stopped. It's trippy to be back here after so many years. 20 years ago? No, 16? Hasn't changed at all. Oh, thank you. Hasn't changed at all. So remember when I was heading this way, I got told in Portland that the trains can run for like 12 hours and not stop. And it was summer. So he's like, bring plenty of water and, you know, also be prepared to be on there all night. So I had a Gatorade bottle filled with water, and I stopped and I got a gallon, which is more than I normally carried. And the whole way on this whole walk from downtown out here, I kept, you know, asking myself, why am I carrying this small bottle of water if I got this gallon? It seemed silly at the time. When I got on the train, I quickly put on my long johns. Put on the long johns, worried that I would get cold in the middle of the night. I think I might have put them on the train, I don't know. But anyway, so I put them on it. As the train starts going, my backpack was sitting on, I was sitting on like a 4-inch ledge, and I'm like tugging on something, my bag or whatever, tugging on it to try to get it free because it was hung up. And then I feel it kind of give, and I'm like, oh, and then I hear it, and look down to see the 1 gallon explode on the tracks below me as we're cruising down the road, down the tracks. And it was at that moment I'm like, well, I guess that's why I brought the small, I kept the small bottle of water. And this time I got Hallie with me. So she's coming to see what it will look like. And as always, Moose. Moose was here last time. Moose is a bit of a world traveler. And he's back again. Reunion. Alright, so on the Memories road trip, when I was staying in Bozeman, I loved hot springs, and there's not any on the island I'm from. Montana, I'm like, gotta have hot springs. So I talked to this guy at the hostel I was staying at, and he's like, oh, yeah, alright, looked at a map. Anyway, he's like, yeah, I'll go with you, I need a car. So we drove here to Norris Hot Springs, the water of the gods, and he had weed in his car, and I smoked some, and I got so blasted when we got here I just couldn't even like imagine. And yeah, I had to sit outside and calm down. So anyway, we have driven the same road, we have returned, and now we're back here in the pool.
Yes, there are different roads to happiness. I took a different path, I guess. Came out on the other side just fine. That losing side of 25.